Hi guys, I'm Brittany Stevenson. I'm a licensed clinical professional counselor at the Community Service Council of Northern Will County. I've been recording weekly videos in order to help spread gratitude, help recognize signs and symptoms of common struggles that we have during hard times, how to cope with those struggles, and then a little activity just to keep things fun and help with boredom. Sorry for the delay on this video. The last couple days I have been under the weather and I would not have looked very good on camera. So this one's a couple days late, but still coming at ya. So today I'd like to give thanks just for our Chicago weather. We are finally clearing up and getting some sun, and it's expanding the horizon of the tiny little box that we've all been living in for quarantine. You can go into your backyards, you can hit up some trails, sit on the porch. It's helping those who have seasonal affective disorder. So the sun is out, and usually we feel a lot better both mentally and physically because we can kind of get active. So that's a really great thing that we need to be grateful for. Um, so, hard times can often bring all sorts of distorted thinking. And today I kind of wanted to talk about the notion of feelings are not facts. So, during crisis, we tend to let our imagination run wild rather than living in reality. Sometimes we do that every day, no matter if there's a crisis or not. But during scary times, we tend to be more rooted in fearful thought processes. So, I wanted to just talk about the fact that your feelings can be valid. You can 100% have scary feelings or feelings of anger or frustration or stress, and still they may not be true. So, for example, let's pretend that your mom asked you to grab groceries for her during this time. And she asks at the last minute and she gives you a whole long list, and you are not in the place to help in that instance. So you respond by maybe saying something a little snippy like, Mom, why do you always ask me at the last minute? I can't do this for you today. I'll get back to you tomorrow. And then you spend the rest of the night wallowing in guilt and telling yourself, I'm a bad daughter. I can't believe this. That's my mom. I shouldn't have talked to her this way. I'm bad at communication. I'm a bad partner. And, I do this with my husband too. And I snap at my kids and I'm a bad mom. And your head just starts spiraling, right? My guess is that if you asked your mother if you were a bad daughter just because you couldn't drop everything and go get groceries that very minute, she would think you were out of line. She would probably say, absolutely not. You're a great daughter. You had a moment of frustration. So that's the difference between that negative imagination and reality. And when we make sure that we keep our feelings separate from what facts are, it helps us stay in reality. So, a couple other things that happen is during a crisis like this, we might think things like death is near or things will never get back to normal. And those could be some really scary thoughts. So, we have to make sure that we challenge these thoughts to see if they are in fact real. So I wanted to help you guys. A couple ways to challenge thoughts can start with a series of questions. So, am I falling into a thinking trap? So, a thinking trap is distorted thinking. It's that feelings are facts, or when you use words like always, never, or should, must, ought. Um, there's a lot of different cognitive distortions that happen, which again is distorted thinking. Um, and it's common and everybody does them. But we have to be sure that we're not just falling into negative thinking. I'm sure some of you have heard of like stinking thinking. Um, we just have to make sure that we're testing ourselves, that we're challenging these thoughts. Is this a fact or is it just a belief? That's a great one. Um, we know what facts are. It's important for us to recognize, is it a fact? Death is near. Is that a fact? That's not a fact. Um, we'll never return to regular life. Do we know that? No, we don't. Um, am I 100% sure this will happen? I don't think any of us right now are 100% sure that anything will happen. We're getting new information daily, constantly filled with different opinions. I see a lot of people on social media, saying this is fake or don't believe that this is fake. This is very serious. A lot of people have different beliefs. What would I tell a friend that had this thought? So if your friend called you and said, we're all going to die. Oh my God, nothing's ever going to go back to normal. My guess is you would probably try to calm your friend down and say, listen, you don't know that for sure. That's not a fact. I know that this can be scary and your feeling, that scared feeling, is completely valid. We're all afraid, but we're all in this together. So let's wait and see. Let's ride it out. Is this a possibility or is this certainty? And that's a great thing that you might say to your friend too. So it's important for you to challenge these thoughts, use some questions in order to get yourself in a place where you're judging reality in a better light. So challenging thoughts can help tremendously in a time like this. And if you find yourself struggling to do so and it's affecting your daily life, if it's adding to major anxiety or, your anxious thoughts are just running rampant or you're feeling completely depressed, please, please call us at 815-886-5000, the CSC. Once again, that's 815-886-5000. We have many therapists who are not only licensed, but amazing. And they'll be able to help you get your thoughts back on track and make you feel more comfortable. So our activity for this week, write a letter to a loved one. I think that we've all been apart for so long now that it's really important that we maintain connection. And there's so much, we're missing the people in our life that we love. So it's important for you to take some time out of your day. It'll only take, 10 minutes, and put a stamp on it or get in your car and drive to your loved one's house. We don't have a lot to do, so it might be a good thing for you. And just write them a handwritten letter or a card. Just tell them how much you love them and how much they mean to you. And with that, I think that you would spread some joy, and we all need that right now. Sunday's going to be Mother's Day, so maybe your mom would be a good person to reach out to and just let them know how much you love them and how thankful you are for them in your life. That's all I have for today. So from our family to yours, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay inside.